It's time once again to slip into your camo, grab your bow, and join us out in the field for another episode of the Up North Journal, presented by PSE Archery. The Up North Journal crew is knocked and ready to rock for another exciting adventure. So let's step outside and hit the trail.
This episode is brought to you by PSE Archery,
Black Eagle Arrows,
Cabela's,
Antler Action,
Spot Shooter Archery,
Tom's Custom Turkey Calls,
Family Traditions Tree Stands,
Badass Slingshots,
and Mossy Oak.
So what do you do when you've completely redefined the way bows are engineered? When you've reached the pinnacle and the band starts playing your victory song, you start a revolution out of thin air. Introducing the all-new PSE Carbon Air, engineered with true carbon technology to be the lightest high-performance bow in the world. Experience PSE. Experience performance.
Okay, let's talk odor control. What odors? These odors. Human, pets, gasoline, exhaust, smoke, food. Dead Downwind Field Spray, the only field spray that controls all these odors. Did we mention it's skin safe? Don't try that with other field sprays. How's that possible? Enzymes. But we don't want to talk about enzymes. We're talking odor control. At Dead Downwind, 99% of just one odor type isn't good enough. Get your odors under control with Dead Downwind. Guaranteed.
We know the future of hunting depends on our nation's youth. But did you know that in many states, it's illegal for you to take your son or daughter hunting until the age of 12 or even older? As a result, we have fewer young hunters, and the Families Afield program is designed to eliminate those barriers. Hunting is safe, and the safest hunters afield are young people with adult mentors. Visit our website at familiesafield.org to find out how you can bring more families afield.
All right, we're back for another minicast. We're making fun of Danny here.
Yeah, it's what happens when it's 1 o'clock in the morning.
That's right.
And we're doing Minicast.
That's right. We've kind of wrapped things up for the podcast for the fish camp.
You got a good little buck pull going on.
Yeah, I got a buck full of bugs over here, man. I've got 3 booners, killing flies.
Nice.
It's been a long night of wrapping up show here, doing podcasts and minicasts, but Cody, I got one for you. You guys told us before y'all came up, I texted y'all and said, okay, what do I need? And one of the things you put on there is you guys need polarized sunglasses. For somebody out there who may not understand why you need polarized sunglasses to fish with, explain why that's going to benefit them.
The polarized sunglasses is cutting the glare in the water so you can see into the water farther. And up here, if you wouldn't have had them, we were cruising around and we could see our rock piles. Mm-hmm. And with your glasses, you could see and you could keep your boat away from them and cast to them. Is how we caught so many fish. And if you didn't have the glasses on, you'd just be wandering aimlessly. And then you'd get up on it and you'd mess it up and stuff like that. And I always have a pair with me.
And it does make a difference.
It makes a huge difference. I mean, there's times when I was running, on the camera, video camera, I had to take them off so I could see the screen and everything. And then I go to look in the water, and there's that glare. And you put them back on, and boom, you can see down into the water.
I was testing them driving up.
You were?
Yeah.
Could you see?
It was kind of funny. I was looking through my windshield, and I'm like, wow, my windshield's kind of cloudy. Mm-hmm. Might be a dirty windshield too, but then I put those on, and it was like, it cleared it up. And I'm like, whoa, it is different. Mm-hmm. And then when we were out on the water, I was like, wow, I can really see down there.
There's a interesting way my cousin showed me, because sometimes people buy sunglasses and you don't know if they're polarized. And my cousin, he's a crappie fisherman. He's a pretty good crappie fisherman. And we were looking at my units, and he goes, if you tilt your head to like a 45-degree angle, I believe it's to the right. It's either to the right or left, and you have polarized sunglasses on. Since the screen on the electronics are polarized too, they'll black each other out. So if you go like that and they black out, they're polarized. If you do that and Nothing happens. You don't got no polarized sunglasses.
You know that I had a case for my old phone that was that way, and it drove me nuts. You know, because you pick your phone and kind of, you know, if you weren't lined up perfectly, you have to keep turning it and tilting your head to get that lined up right.
Yeah.
So now that makes sense. So polarized sunglasses.
Yeah.
Make sure you got some when you get out on the water.
Well, you know what? That's just another. Okay. Polarized sunglasses. Another. Since we're going to talk tools, talk tech. Pliers.
Pliers. Definitely have
cutters.
that one.
With cutters.
With cutters.
Yeah. Or if there's scissors.
Yeah.
It's easier on the pliers though, because you can kind of have two in one.
And then at my extra box, I had an extra pair of scissors, an extra pair of side cuts in there, like a little miniature pair of side cuts.
Yep.
You know.
Because I noticed you've got, Mike, you've got a chain that's got the cutters on it. And
Yeah, I got that one for ice fishing because there's so many times when we're jigging through the ice and we're fishing for bluegill. They just come up and they just inhale it, you know, and they get hooked deep. Well, that's why I got forceps so you can get down inside their throat or their mouth and get them out.
Yeah.
Because their mouths are so small anyway. There's no way you're going to get your fingers in.
No.
You know, and they came in handy. This week definitely.
A few times, yeah. So, just a couple of things we need in the tackle box, right? What else would you suggest in your tackle box? Okay, so we've got polarized sunglasses, we've got forceps, cutters. What other tool would you suggest?
There's all kinds of tools. I have, if you're in a boat, mechanical tools as far as screwdrivers, wrenches.
Screwdriver, good one.
I use I had to have one this week or on the water.
Yeah, a little toolkit, right?
Because we use our boats. I mean, they go through a lot of punishment, and if you don't have a brand new one, even the brand new ones break, but you got to be able to fix it.
Right.
If you're in a tournament, you got to fix it or you're done.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you ran into that with your trolling motor, right?
Yeah, a couple times.
So there you go. It's a good lesson on tools.
Another good tool to keep on the boat. We try to keep a towel in the boat. Just sometimes you gotta wipe stuff. We don't use it very often. Most of the time we end up wiping the boat off with it, but that's always something good to keep in there. Extra waters. I don't do that enough. There's so many times I end up drinking more and I've gotten dying halfway through. But being prepared, that's the main thing.
Well, like the last couple of days of fish camp, sunscreen.
Yeah, sunscreen.
Yeah.
Do you keep your first aid kit on your boat?
I don't. I probably should. I've never even honestly thought about that. That'd be a good idea.
If you're trying to get a hook out of a fish and you're running something that's got a treble hook on it and you get it shook into your hand,
Mara, I think you said it about, was it the crankbaits? You said they're so dangerous?
Yeah.
They are very dangerous, yeah.
And that kind of makes, you say first aid kit, and then I remember when you said that.
Yeah, Cody ran a crankbait through his finger before I knew
Did you
it.
really?
Yeah.
I was up in the lake area by myself. I was supposed to go up with a friend, and he wouldn't wake up, so I'm like, I'm going, whatever. So I take off, I'm up there, and I'm absolutely crushing them. I mean, probably the best number day as largemouth upper I've ever had. It was, and I wasn't using pliers. I had an old rusty pair of pliers in the boat, that's why I wasn't using them. And I'm grabbing fish, mouthful of treble hooks, I'm lipping them, I'm going fast, and it's kind of stuck in the boat. So I'm pushing on it, and he twists and spins and sticks it in my finger and then rips it out of him. So I'm like, oh, crap.
He's like, how do you like it?
Yeah, take that.
So I'm like, what am I going to do? I can't get the pliers open because they're rusted. I can't use this hand. So I run back to the marina, and I see a bass fisherman fishing a bank. I'm like, hey, do you have her pliers? And he's kind of like, I show him, like, you got her pliers. He's like, oh, whoa. So he throws me a pair of pliers. His are not the best in the world either. And I tried to push it through. And I couldn't. So I went and had it removed. But now, looking back, I wish I pushed it through my finger because it's expensive.
Right.
But
Yeah, but you gotta do it the right way.
that's a good tip, though. When you got treble hooks, we should have done a video on how I gill them instead of lipping them.
Right.
And taking treble hooks out, because when you stick your hand in the fish's mouth with treble hooks, you're asking for trouble.
Mm-hmm.
If you can gill them, I mean, granted, a 5-pounder you can't really gill, but you can gill them, pop them out with a pair of pliers, everyone's safe. Be good.
Now, is there putting your hands back around that gill area? Is there anything you can do that's going to hurt the fish, or it could hurt you?
If you slide your hand back too far, they can spline you.
Mm-hmm.
You could. I'd watch how hard you squeeze the gills. Obviously, you don't want to break them, but you can not. There's not a whole lot you can do. You just grab them firmly. They're going to flop. You might drop them, but they're going to do that no matter what. And that way, you don't have a crankbait in your hand.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I mean, it's even dangerous fishing with them with another person in the boat.
Yeah.
We weren't fishing that tournament, but somebody in our Tuesday nighter last year got a crankbait to the eye. So.
Oh, on a
it
cast?
happens.
Oh, yeah.
Or popping out of the fish?
Yeah, I think he set the hook and it came back and it got his eye.
Well, we were messing around tonight out here on the lake, and a couple of them come popping out, so we're all kind of ducking, like, whoa.
Yeah, you duck because you don't want that treble hook.
Right?
Yep.
Look out.
I'm pretty jumpy. So I've been hit a few times. I was fishing with a guy back home. He snagged in a tree. I'm turning the other way out of the boat, and as I'm turning back around, he had a 3/4 ounce jig head. That's a big.
That's
jig
a
head.
big.
And he sets the hook, and it pops out. And as I'm turning around, I think, you know how fast they're coming, right in the tooth. It didn't knock my tooth out, but it was loose, and I was bleeding, and
Not happy.
I was like,
Really? You just did that?
yeah, I'm like, don't even say anything. I don't even excited. There's blood. I'm like, I don't even want to know. I'm just going to let it go.
Mara, has anything happened to you?
No, nothing. I mean, a few hook pricks here and there, but that's nothing. Nothing bad. Knock on wood.
Definitely knock on wood. So, those are some great tips to have in the boat.
Yeah.
I think the most important out of all that is probably a first aid kit.
Yeah.
You should get one.
I should get one. I'll do it. I'll let Mara get it.
There you go.
Maybe for Christmas.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. Those are some things you should have in your boat, or like you start out with, polarized sunglasses. Make sure you get something when you're going to get out on the water. That'll do it for this minicast.
This episode was brought to you by PSE Archery,
Black Eagle Arrows,
Cabela's,
Antler Action,
Spot Shooter Archery,
Tom's Custom Turkey Calls,
Family Traditions Tree Stands,
Badass Slingshots,
and Mossy Oak.
Thanks for listening, and join us again here next week. Until then, remember, as we always like to say, if you're out on the water or in the woods, shoot straight and be safe until next week on the Up North Journal.